Welcome RPA champions, welcome to today's live stream. We are going to be doing something pretty cool. So in today's video we are going to be checking out Power Automate Desktop. We're going to be going through building an entire robot from the beginning until the end, from brainstorming the solution until making it work and having it do what it should be doing, which means saving us time. So without further ado, let's start brainstorming our robot. This is going to be a raw video, meaning that we're going to see the entire process of building the robot, the debugging, the mistakes, how we solve the bugs and issues, and so on. At the end of this live stream, you will have the ability, or throughout the live stream, you will have the ability to add some live comments and ask questions right on the live. All right, so let's start building our robot. So I had a general idea of what the robot wants to do. So the robot should visit our LinkedIn connections, find their email and send them a message. So let's just draw a small graph or chart just to get an idea of what the robot is going to do. So it's going to extract email from LinkedIn, and after that we can break this down into other boxes as well, and then it is going to send email to message. What we also wanted to do is we wanted to keep track of what it is doing. We also maybe wanted to create some custom text. So we will enhance all of these different things. But for right now, let's just keep our process simple and build a backbone skeleton for our process. So extract emails, send the email, and write in or keep track in Excel. We can also add one more step, and that could be to enhance the email. Oh wait, actually, let's change this up a little bit. Let's not send a message to all of them. Well, I had another idea for a robot. So we can keep this. Let's add one more. We can have a robot that is going to search for some news online, extract the latest news, and post that news on LinkedIn for us. So I'll make these two ideas, and then we'll decide which one we should. Hey, ciao. Which one we should build. All right. So the other robot, or robot number 2, what it should do, it should find some news, and then let's just add some arrows as well, just to make this a little bit nicer. All right, we're almost done. So it should find some news. After that, it should improve the news or get the details of the news. Or how about let's keep it high level. And we should always keep track in Excel. So these are the two solutions that I could build right now. I'm pretty undecided which one I should build. If anybody on the stream would like to choose, if they would like to build robot 1 or robot 2. So this is R1 and this is R2. So after that, we could obviously enhance this news with machine learning, such as we can do some sentiment analysis on the news and also comment the sentiment as well in our robot. Pretty undecided still which one to do. Should we extract the emails from LinkedIn, send them an email, or should we find a news and publish that news on LinkedIn? All right, if nobody wants to decide which robot we should do, I think we are going to go with this robot right here. So let's extract an email from LinkedIn, send an email to the contact, and keep track of everything in the Excel file. All right, let's start. Let's start from Power Automate, and let's start with a blank flow. So let's call this send email to LinkedIn contact. First connection. So all right, let's visit LinkedIn, and again I will be trying to build the robot as fast as possible. Therefore, I will not be using also my account, and also I will be building the robot as fast as possible. Therefore, I will miss or skip through some things that are like logging in inside of the application and so on. All right, let's start. So let's go to my network and let's search for example, a country. So I want to send a message to all of my contacts. So what I'm trying to do right now is trying to figure out what the robot will have to do. So the robot will have to probably go here, select first locations, and let's say for example Canada. All right, so after the robot has came here, they should not message, but they should, I guess, click on the profile of the person, click on the contact information, and this guy doesn't have an email. So in that case, it should close, it should go back without breaking, obviously. It should come back here, it should click on contact info, and it should find this email right here. All right, so once it has this email, it should put it in an Excel file, and after that it should send an email to this person. All right, let's give this a test and let's try to see what we can accomplish in the following hour or so. All right, starting with a blank canvas, let's add a web automation. So let's launch Google Chrome. What we're gonna go to is we're gonna go visit this URL that LinkedIn has made for us. Now I have previously already edited these links, so we cannot use this link because it has these tags inside. So we should use a tag that is more Power Automate friendly. So let me just search for it and let me see what I can find. All right, if anybody knows what kind of what does this mean, please comment it in the chat. Also, how do you call this kind of editing in the URL? So just a little bit more patience and we are going to find it. Here we go. Okay, so we can try something like this. This is already the formatted link. So this is the geolocation. This is the first connection, and this is the search for keywords, and we are searching for people. We're gonna add a 1 here, and this is going to be on the first page. So let's try this and see what happens. But before, yeah, I'm not gonna show you that doesn't work with the other one. It just doesn't. You'll just have to take my word for it. All right, so we have arrived here. The link is working fine. So the next step would be to click on these different links. Now there's different ways we can do this. We can extract all the URLs from here and then visit different URLs, or we can, I think that would be actually the best case scenario, or we can just directly click on one. All right, the next step would be to extract all of the URLs inside of this, so that we can go to this link and then we can click on the contact info. However, we can also maybe skip all of this and we can add this to the link and just go directly here without having to go and click on this as well. So what we're trying to do is try to make the robot as smooth as possible with as little clicks as possible. LinkedIn is a pretty weird site. It changes all of the time, so the least steps that we make in our robot, the better. And so far we just have one step. So the next thing that we should do, let's try using the web recorder and see what kind of results we get. Let's go back to our list of people and let's use Chrome on this. So what are we going to do? We are just going to get the URL from here. Should we get the name as well of the person? Do I need it right now? Yes, we need it. All right. So we don't want the span. We would like the URL. Let's see if we can extract the URL from here. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. Let's see if we can get to the URL. Let's try selecting the parent element. All right, this is going to be more tricky. Select the parent element, select the parent element, select the parent element. All right, let's reset this. Yes, and let's try again. So if this doesn't work, we're going to try to use a CSS selector. All right, so this is, let's just finish it and let's just try again. Let's remove all of this. All right, let's go for it one more time. So we need to get to the URL. We can't get it like this. Can we get it like this? Let's try something else. Let's try using a CSS selector and see if we have better luck. So let's get the details of an element on a web page and let's add a UI element. All right, let's try this and see if this is going to work. So what are we going to try to get out of this web browser instance? Let's see if we can get the link. Let's run this process and see what we have so far. So this is what automation is all about. There's different ways of trying to do the same thing. So let's see if we get, did we get something? We did not get anything. Attribute value out of this is completely empty. So let's try something else. Let's try the source link and let's just run this one more time and then we'll know that that span is completely useless and we cannot use it. So it has finished already. We still don't have it. We cannot use this approach again. So let's try to do something else. Let's try with extract data from web page. So let's try this way. I'm trying to look for a link tag, which would be the best. It is somewhere. I'm pretty sure that we can find it somewhere, but we just have to find where it is. All right, let's let's try the web recorder one more time. If the web recorder fails, then I'm going to try to see a link that I have previously created for something just like this, for this same process. All right, so let's see. All right, is my resolution? Yes, my resolution is just fine. So let's record this and let's try one more time. Here we go. Here we found the link, and there we go. We can extract the link, and now let's see if we can find the link in this corner. There we go. We found the link, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we can extract basically pretty much all of these. The links, we could theoretically get their picture as well, but do we need it? No, we don't need it. Should we get any more information like their profile? I don't think we need it right now. We can always edit it later. All right, this is a pretty weird selector, but let's see what happens. Let's remove everything that was created. Let's run our process one more time and see if this is working. Fingers crossed that this is going to work so that we can move on to the next part of our automation. All right, so let's see this. Let's see if it worked. All right, we have the LinkedIn profiles. This doesn't look like a pretty good URL. So let's try to see if this URL is going to work. Okay. All right, so that link does not work, so we can either reformat that link or let's see what kind of link did we get. So let's go back to our LinkedIn and let's try to see what kind of, all right, so let's reset our spying machine, and we found that the link is right here, so I can't, this is not working very well. So we're gonna do something else. We're just gonna use the web recorder again. Now that we know where the link is, so again, it is always good to select the right element. So in this case, this right here. I believe I have taken the correct link. Let's try one more time. Let's also extract the name, and we can also extract this as well. All right, let's finish and let's try one more time and see if we can make sense out of the link that was created. All right, it has completed everything. It has also extracted all of the profiles. So let's try seeing what is the problem right here. So there is really no problem, so we will have to format this. We would have to format this link. I'm really not sure why we're getting this additional information. So we would have to format it after the question mark. Let's see if by any chance it would work if we just use that link as it is. So let's use a web automation. Let's create a loop. So let's use the for each loop, and let's iterate over our output data. We have to iterate over column 1, though I believe it is value 1. So I have also named it pretty badly. So let's add a navigate right here. And for right now, we're not gonna add anything particular. We're just going to rename this value right here. So let's rename this value right here, make it something more meaningful so that we can use it inside of our process more quickly. All right, let's record. Let's get the link again. Let's get the link again. We could just message them instead, but no, actually let's get their emails. That's what we are after right now. So I think we got what we want. Let's just, no, I forgot. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to do what I set about doing. So let's do this one last time, and let's use what I'm trying to do is rename the columns that are going to be created. So let's extract this, and let's also extract the name, and also here from the link, let's extract the link, and let's extract the name as well. Excellent. All right, so what we want to do is we want to rename these. We don't rename them here, we rename them afterwards in Power Automate. So we rename them right here. We're going to name this link, and we're going to name this name. Let's see if this is working. It is not working. I messed it up once again. I have told you, ladies and gentlemen, this was going to be a little bit messy. How about I just use value 1? Let's see if we can make it work with value 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the current item, and we're going to go to value 1, I guess. There is no space. Maybe there is a space. Let's try it like this. I guess that's not going to work. I guess that's not going to work either. That's because we are forgetting the quotations. All right, so let's try this, and what we should do right now is visit the different links if this theoretically works. If not, we can try a different approach. We can extract those links, put them in an Excel sheet, and value 1 not found. All right, fair enough. Let's take a look at it again. I think there is a space there, so let's add in a space. And let's see what happens. So theoretically, it should now change the link and navigate to a different link. All right, so this actually looks like it's working. It looks like we're navigating to all of the different links. So thumbs up to automation and Power Automate. Great. Now we are circling through the different links. Let's just cycle through a couple and see if anything is going. Turn the volume up. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Let me see if I can hear myself. Let's just cycle through a couple and see if anything is going. All right, this is still cycling. Let's stop it. All right, it has finished by itself. So, all right, what we have right now is a pretty good automation that cycles through all of the links that we need. Now, what we need to do next is we need to click on the contact info and extract the email. But we're gonna do a shortcut, so we're gonna get this right here, and let's see if this is going to work. So if we go back to our process, this should be pretty interesting, and we add to our process. Now, how can we concatenate this? Can we do it just like this? Let's see, and that should bring me to the contact information of that page. Let's see if that is going to work. All right. So we are not on the contact info page, so I guess we'll have to click on the contact info. How about we added a little bit of weight? Maybe if we add some weight, we'll have time for the window to show up. So let's add a wait of, let's say 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and let's try this one more time. All right, so it has been almost 30 minutes and we still haven't created a robot that is sending the email. So let's speed things up. This is still waiting, but it's still not visiting the page. We are still going to this link, but we are not visiting the page. All right, never mind. Let's stop this. Doesn't matter. Let's remove what we have added right here. Let's save this, and the next step should be to automate the extracting the email from the link. So let's go to next. Let's go to our RPA Academy and let's reset this. Yes, great, and let's start recording. All right, so is it working? It is not working. Being a little bit buggy, no worries. Let's try it again. So let's click on Chrome. This is going to attach to our current browser. So this is the link that we're attaching to. That's perfectly fine. It has broken once again. All right, let's try one more time, and then we'll have to maybe close the browser and see if that solves the issue. All right, let's record. Okay, now it's working. So what we have to do, we have to click on this link right here. So let's just click on it, and then we have to get this email right here. So let's right click on it and let's just get the email. All right, I think that's pretty much everything that we have to do. Now let's try out our process and make it a little bit stronger. So let's remove this. Let's remove this, and let's also remove this. We don't need this, and we don't need any of this. So we now click on the link of the, let's rename our elements just so that we don't lose track of what we're doing. This is going to be contact info, and this is going to be the what is the other link? They send the email. All right, so this is the email. Okay, so this is going to be also a pretty tricky selector, so we'll have to do some debugging with this one. So this is the email. All right, and what is this? The RPA Academy. So this is clicking, this is just the URL. Okay, all right, so we have something. We can start writing it into Excel sheet, or we can start seeing, well, let's start writing it into an Excel sheet later because we don't want too many Excel instances open. All right, so theoretically we are extracting the email. Now let's send an email to this person. So let's send an email. So this is going to be from me. And I'll give it a title. We are going to get the email from right here. So from right here. So let's see, to. This should be the inner text. All right, and let's try this test email. All right, let's also connect to the SMTP server. So I think it's google.smtp.com or smtpgoogle.com. Let's just check that out very quickly. So we can use this, and let's also enable SSL and authentication as well. So I'm going to put my username and password. I will move this off the screen while I insert my password. What is my password? Let's see if this is going to work. So theoretically right now we are going to be sending an email to this person, but without actually sending them an email, let's do some debugging. So let's add a message. So let's just display a message right here, and let's show the inner text of the message. So it should be theoretically the email. And right here in the right here when we send the email, we are going to just send it to myself. So just that we know that all of the configuration for the emails have been configured properly as well. We're going to move this below because we're going to get this here, and then we're going to put the inner text right here. So theoretically we should get something. Let's run this and see what happened. I have clicked there and created the red dot. That is a breakpoint that is going to stop our process there. So it has gone to another page. It is clicking on the contact info. Now we should theoretically get a message or a pop-up if this didn't break. So where is the display message? Here is the display message. So we have the email. We could, let's see now if the email is sent successfully. Now, surprisingly enough, the email has been sent successfully. So I will just see if I received the email. I have still not have received an email. Well, here we go. I have received an email. Here it is, test email, Greg from Process Lens. This was our email. All right, now how do we work it? How do we make it work on all of those people? We just remove this and we press play. And our process should be visiting. Let's go through it one more time because it is pretty interesting. So what our process should be doing right now, it should be going through all of these guys and clicking on their profile, clicking on the contact information and finding their email. Now our process is going to break immediately because we haven't made it stronger. Now it has been half an hour. Now we can spend the other half an hour in making our process rock solid so that it can work continuously. All right, but all right, let's do that. will not have to send an email at the end of I know this is going to work, so I'm just going to disable this action, and I will enable it afterwards once I have configured the rest of my process. So what I think is going to fail in my process is extracting the information. So previously the previous user, they had an email here. Right now the email is right here, and sometimes it can be also right here. So I have to make sure that the robot works in each one of those conditions. So it's not that hard, so we're just going to run our robot and see when it breaks, and we're going to fix it when it breaks. Let's remove the breakpoint, and we're gonna have a display message of every email, and that's where our robot, I guess, it's going to break. Let's run it, see what happens, and see how we can fix it. We also have to remember that we have to add all of this information then into an Excel sheet so that we can keep track of who has all right, so we have the first message box. Let's see if this is working. This keeps on going, so it should go to the next link right here, and right here it has broken. So it's saying, oh sorry, I was not able to find the email on the find the email. All right, great, let's fix this on the fly just really quickly. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna spy this element right here again. So extract value. So here we go. All right, let's just finish this. Let's go back into our Explorer, and here we can see that a new link has been created, this one. Let's take this link. All right, let's go right here into our email. Let's add a new selector, and we have added a new selector. Let's just take a look at the differences. So the first email was 1, this one is 2. Now what is going to happen is going to search first for this one. If it doesn't find it, it's going to search for this one. So let's see if this is working, and if it's not going to break. So maybe the first part we have completed. We have also we're not also extracting all of the links, so we're just extracting from the first page. But one step at a time, RPA champions. Let's not get carried away. So here is the first link, the first email that we got, and now we should get the second email. Another thing, I'm going to go over the URLs that we're using, but later. All right, so do we have a second email? Here is the second email. All right, now let's let it roll a little bit longer, and let's see if we're gonna get the third email as well. So here, all right, so here it's not going to find an email, so I guess it is finding something else. So I guess we'll have to add a check to make sure that this is an email. All right, doesn't matter, let's continue. So here we have another email. That's excellent, and let's let it roll just a few more occasions. So all right, here it is not going to find anything, and our process is going to break. Excellent. All right, so we have two conditions right now. One where we should check that the text that we have in our text is an email, and the other one is that we should make sure that that once it doesn't find anything, it just doesn't break, but it just continues working. All right, so let's do that on the fly. So let's add an if. Let's see what kind of different ifs we can use. Let's just use the most simple if there is. So what are we going to check? We are going to check that inner text maybe contains a this. Well, how about this? Yes, this. And if it contains that, in that case we are going to send the email. If not, we are just going to exit the we're not going to do anything, we're just going to go to the next one. So let's try running this again, but we don't actually want it to run from the first one. Well, I actually don't have a choice, so let's just run it one more time. All right, so we are running our process one more time. It is navigating, it is getting the details. It contains this. All right, so now it's gonna go to the next profile. It is going to click here. It is going to extract the email. It is extracting the email. It's right here. It's perfect. It has been quite a journey to get to here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. By the way, you are PA champions. You are number ones. Thank you so much for watching. This is again a huge skill, a very important skill. So yeah, don't forget to make sure to learn this and stick around with the RPA champion. So this is the guy that didn't have an email. So right now the process shouldn't break theoretically, but theoretically it broke. Why? Because we are trying to get this, but it cannot find it. Fair enough. So all right, so what we can do is we can either add something like this, which I'm not such a fan of. So we can either add an on error and just continue with the flow run, but then we're not going to know if in which conditions our process is still going to fail. So how about we just yeah, let's just do that. Continue flow run. We'll figure it out with the Excel. All right, so right now I think it should do all of our 10 rows that we have extracted from LinkedIn. Let's try it out and see what we get. All right, here we are back on our first page. We are in the RP Academy. There's a lot of promotion for the RP Academy. We're getting the first URL here, or the first email. Here it is. Now let's get the second one. All right, now we should get the second one. Here it is. And all right, let's click on OK. Let's see what is happening here. The process is running pretty smooth, getting the details. It has skipped this guy, so it's not going to break here. So it has just skipped him. That's perfect. That means that it's not going to send an email for that person. All right, now it's extracting the email of this guy, so it's going to send an email to this guy. And now on the next guy, it should not break. So this guy was the guy that didn't have any information, so now our process should just skip that part and continue going on to the display message. This is from memory, I guess it stayed. So I guess we have to clear our variable. Let's just keep on going. We got another email, another message sent. And has the process finished? No, it's still running. So let's check this guy out. So let's see if it's gonna find this email. It found this email as well. Is the process over? No, it's still running. Let's check this guy out. Okay, so it might break here because we have an email in a different field as well. So no, it actually worked. It actually found it. It actually skipped it. It didn't find it. So let's actually plan for that. Let's stop all of this and let's go back very quickly. So we're going to make sure that it is going to get all of the emails that we want. Too late for that. I have actually missed the profile that and I cannot go back to visualize the profile, so we are not going to spy for that matter. But anyways, the process is pretty solid, meaning that it is doing what it should be doing. So now what we're going to do is we are extracting all of the emails, and here we are sending the email. The next thing that we have to do, or that we should do, is write an Excel sheet everything that we do, and then later we should check that we don't send the same message to the same emails and to the same people. All right, so let's open an Excel sheet, and let's do that all the way at the top of our process. So let's look for Excel. Let's launch a new instance of Excel, a blank document, everything as default. And what we are going to do here is first we have to know where we're gonna write the information. So we need to write an Excel worksheet. We're gonna do that right after we get our email, but only if our email is, if it's an email. Otherwise we're not gonna write it into our Excel sheet. So let's put it right here, and let's see why is it making problems. So we're gonna put the inner text right here, and the inner text is going to be the email of this person. We can also get their LinkedIn profile as well and put it in the other URL. That could be handy, and the name, but for right now let's just keep it simple. So now we have to know where to write it inside of the Excel sheet. So to do that, we have to get a get first free column, or get column name, get first free column. All right, so we're gonna do this before we write. All right, so what we are doing here is we're figuring out what is the first place where we can write on our Excel sheet. On currently active cell, we can also do it like that, but well, we could also do it like that. Let's try. I mean, less steps, the less steps the better. Let's see if this is going to work. So we don't need this anymore. We know that it is working, so now we're going to be looking in our Excel sheet and seeing if the Excel sheet is going to be filling out with the hola amigos de Chile, mucho encantado que estás aquí conmigos a mirar cómo hacemos un robot de RPA. Disculpe mi pobre español. All right, so here we go. Here we got that first email. So let's see if we get the second email. No, we're not getting the second email. So all right, let's stop this and let's fix this. So it is, I guess it's not on the currently active cell, but on a specified cell. So let's go here and let's also get first free column and get first free row. So all right, write on Excel worksheet. The column is always going to be A, and the row is going to be the dynamic row. So first free row, I guess, that we just got. So let's try this and see if this is going to work, and if we're gonna get our everything that we need in there. All right, so we have another Excel sheet that is being opened, and let's see if it's going to start getting populated with some emails so that we can start sending those emails. All right, we got the first one. I am wondering why did it not start from the first row. Strange. So here we have the second one. All right, so I guess this is going to work for everybody. This guy doesn't have an email, so I don't think it should even skip. So the next one should be directly in row 4. So let's see if this guy has an email. This guy has an email, so it should be in row 4. So that's pretty good. That's extracting. What's up, yo? What's up, Flutter Map? For everybody watching, please tune in to the Flutter Map. that is one of the greatest channels out there on YouTube. One of my mentors as well. Big thumbs up to the Flutter Map channel. Big shout out. All right, anyway, so here we go. We are extracting these guys emails, and we are popping them into this Excel sheet. Who has the email, we put it inside. Who doesn't, we just skip it. So the next step, I guess, is just to send them an email, but we also want to get their name as well. So all right, let's get their name as well. So let's stop this process on the fly, and let's add also a second column, and we can insert the name as well. But do we need the name as well? We just, well, our process has actually completed. What we want to do is make it go a little bit until infinity, right? So right now it's just getting the first 10 rows. So it is just getting the first 10 contacts. What we want to do is make it go through all of these. Now the time is running out. Muchas gracias. Tengo que practicar un poco más el español. Entonces, si tienes alguna pregunta, puedo intentar a responder en español. Yo. So yeah. All right. So since we're running out of time, I will just show you on the fly how we could do something like that. So right here we have our link, and our link is set to page 1. What we just have to do is increment this to page 2, and we're going to go to the next page, the next page, the next page. So if we put this inside of a normal loop, we add an increment that is going to make our page increment, and we are going to be able to send emails until infinity. But we got so far, and we do have 8 more minutes. So I guess we should actually test this with an actual email and see if it works. So I am marketing process lens to RPA professionals. So right now I am searching for RPA professionals on Google that are located in the US. This is the code for the US. So I'm extracting their emails. So since I'm extracting their emails, I can send them, I guess, a sample message. So let me get the message that I would like to send to these guys, and we can actually test the process live and see if it's any good and if it's working. All right, so I have a message that we can send, and let's go right here into our email. Let's paste this message right here, and this is the name of the person. I guess we're not getting the name. We are getting the what is it? The inner text. All right, so the inner text, that's the email. And what should be the title of this email? Daniela, thank you so much. You are the best, truly the best. And this is an amazing email that you have written, by the way. So anyways, all right, we have the email. I don't want to make mistakes, because once we activate the robot, it's gonna start sending loads and loads of emails. Now let's add another wait after every second email, because the robot is running pretty fast at 100 speed. We can actually make this go just a little bit slower. Let's add one more wait right here. Do we need the wait right there? No, we don't, because this is not a loop. All right, so I guess this is it. It should be working. I mean, I would like to make one tiny little improvement, and that is add the name right here. We do have 5 more minutes, so let's see if we can squeeze it in the following 5 minutes. Where do we have the name? The name, I think we have it right here. So right here, value 2. All right, so let's see if we can make this. Let's see if we can make this happen. So instead of this, let's see if we can get the current item. Obviously, and let's add the value 2. So value, it has also a hashtag and it has value 2. So let's see if this is gonna work first, and then we should also add a, let's enable this action and add maybe a breakpoint here. We don't want to send any emails just off yet. Soon we are gonna be enjoy the anthill. Soon we are gonna be spamming everybody on our LinkedIn connections with emails. So let's see if this is, if we can get their name as well, and just make this a little bit more customized. All right, the RPA Academy. So we are getting the name. We can use the name as well, but we don't want to use the name just as it is. What do I mean? We don't want to use the name just as it is, because if we take a look at the data that is extracted from, we can't anymore because I have stopped the process. Let's run it one more time and let's pause it right here. If we look at the names of the people, and we have 3 more minutes, so we have to hurry this up, and we are going to make it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to make this process and we're going to have it run at least on 10 people. Actually, let's see what happens. We might even go beyond what was originally promised. I don't make any guarantees, but so far it's looking pretty good. So what happened? Oh, okay, all right. So we can take a look at this. So you see the RP Academy, Jennifer Casco. So we don't want to send an email saying Rushil Patel. We just want to say, send an email saying, hey, Rushil. All right, so let's do that on the fly. And I guess we can do that with maybe like something called text. We want to split this text. So here we go. We can split this text. Let's see if it is going to work. We can split this text. This is going to be this value right here. We are gonna split it on the space, and we're gonna save it in this text list. All right, I'm doing a poor job at naming all of the different variables, so let's do this, and let's add here just to see our text list. So theoretically what we should get from the first contact, we should just get D, and then from the second one we should get, let's see what happens. If this works, then that's pretty much it. We have created a robot that is going to live forever, 1 and 2. I am trying to understand the question. ¿Cómo hacer un loop cuando la etiqueta tiene este formato de tabelas distintas? Entonces, you have 1 and 2. Okay. How do you make a loop? Can you make 2 loops? Maybe. I'm not pretty sure of the question. If I would see it in a page, maybe I could help a little bit better. I'm sorry, but I cannot provide more information. But just let's unblock this, and let's complete this. If you share me the link, so all right, this didn't really work. It just removed the text. It didn't split the text. But if you share me a link of the table that you are trying to extract the information, maybe I can take a look and give you a little bit better help. So the split text didn't really work, so let's see why it's not working. So let's say custom delimiter, let's add a space. So what is splitting the text? Why is it not splitting the text? Doesn't matter, let's just remove it and let's just send the email as it is. So we're gonna remove the display message, we don't need it anymore. Our process is ready to attack LinkedIn. So let's, as the final step, I guess we can run it and see if it's going to work. So I can also close all of these Excel instances that we don't need anymore. I guess we are forgetting two more steps that are pretty important. We should close everything that we open every single time, so that we don't create a memory blockage on our computer. So in the final minutes, let's close the Excel sheet, and we're gonna close the Excel sheet at the end of everything, and we're gonna save the document. Save document as. We are gonna name this emails sent, but we do want a better name, so that name is not the best. So what we're just gonna do is we're gonna get today's date, or can we even do that? So I thought you could, yeah, you can. All right, perfect. Let's get today's date. All right, and that is how we're getting the date. And let's go to email sent, and let's add the current date and time. Current date and time. Well, first we're gonna put the email sent, and then we're gonna put a dash and current date and time. So we're gonna we're gonna know to who exactly we're sending an email, and then we can later add a check that is gonna send only to the emails that are not inside of our Excel sheet. Let's run this process and see what happens. Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, we are going live. So it should theoretically and literally be sending the emails. So let's put this right here, and let's continue watching our process, and let's also, I will be keeping an eye on the email as well. So let's see. All right, we got the first email. Let's see if it's going to send the first email to the RPA Academy. And here we go. Here is the first email that has been sent. All right. Daniela, great job again on the email. All right, let's see if we have a second email. Here we have the second email. And that's some pretty interesting URLs. So let's see if we have any more emails. And I guess right now I can turn on some music and have this process just continue going. So just by the way, here is another email. And we are just cruising and sending. The example comes from this page. Well, I made the loop on the current item. On the selector doesn't really matter. So the selector is going to what is this div section, div h1? For what is it? What does it refer to? Is it the email, or is it something else? But anyways, so I guess we've added a few more emails right here. and let's also see how the LinkedIn page is behaving as well. So I guess we're not going to be sending anything to this guy. And has the process completed? Yes, the process, no, actually the process has broken somewhere. So let's see where it broke. It broke right here. Why? Because we have an empty email field. So again, so not only if it, in case it contains this, then we should send an email. So not really sure why it, oh, okay. Okay, all right, so I guess that is why. Let's check out our Excel. So it should be, let's see. It is giving me an empty email sent, is giving me an empty. Ah, no, okay, all right, so the last step failed. Why? Email sent is giving me failed save exact document, runtime error, current date and time. Ah, okay, because I'm using, let's do this. I guess date to text, or convert text, date time to text. All right, let's do that. So let's convert date time to text. Short date, that's fine. Let's do maybe a long date. All right, that's perfectly fine. And here when we save, now we're not going to use this anymore. We are going to use, wait a second, ladies and gentlemen. Document path, we're just going to create a new document, and we're going to add the variable, which is long text, long date. Formatted date, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this should do it. So let's try it out on a new page. We're gonna put 2 right here, and let's try sending some more emails and see what happens. So let's go and let's see what happens. We are also at the same time debugging our process and making it stronger. Eladio, non sé decir como, non sé, I'm not sure what are you when changed by name with each sector. So so the loop you always do it on the current, the loop that you create from the extracted table. You can always loop with the for loop, not with just a normal loop. So maybe try using the for loop. By the way, ladies and gents, we've sent another 1, 2, 3, 4 emails. Let's see if we're gonna go to a 5th one. And we have a 5th one. Let's see if actually the emails are being sent. And I will just show you my inbox, my outbox, because it is getting pretty crowded right now. So we've sent all of these emails thanks to automation. So I can leave this on, and theoretically it shouldn't break. Right now it is working only per 1 page, meaning that it's just going to go to the unfortunately only to the 1 page that we've spied. So we can make it on the fly, also go through a bunch of different pages as well. So we could, so here we also found another error, and let's fix this error again. So here we skip this we skip this. And what does that mean? That means that if it doesn't find anything in here, the variable stays, the inner text variables stays with the previous iteration. So it always, we always have this guy. So we're gonna end up sending this guy like a bunch of emails. So let's not do that. Let's set a variable. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a variable at the beginning of our loop, I guess, or right above this. And we're gonna take the inner text variable. We're gonna remove this. We're gonna take the inner text variable, and we're just gonna make it to nothing. Can be empty, that's fine. We're just gonna make it 0. That's fine. We can make it 0 as well. So if we're gonna set the inner text to 0, we're gonna get the inner text and change it. Okay, all right. And then in case we don't find anything, it's gonna stay at 0. All right, that's the first improvement. And now the second improvement, let's cycle through these pages and let's actually make it go until infinity, this process. So let's add a tree to right here so that we can do a following test. Let's just do this very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just add a loop and let's start from 0 and add, like, let's say, and add at 5. That should be like 50 emails. That's not that bad. All right, we can send 50 emails with this loop. So all right, let's move the end all the way until the end. All right, 50 emails is a lot. It is a lot actually. So let's just add, for the sake of this example, let's just add 1 and 2. All right, just 20 emails. And we're going to go from page 3. So what we're going to do is we're also going to set a new variable. Let's do this a little bit quicker. So let's just set a variable right here. We need to set a variable that we are going to increase as well. So all right, let's set a variable, and I'm sorry for the very unmeaningful names. So this we're going to call page, and we're going to set it to where did we stop? At page 3. So let's set it to page 4. So, or actually 3, doesn't matter. Let's go page 3, and let's go right here to page. Let's remove this, and let's add the variable that we've added, page. So page, maximized, save. What else we have to do is we have to increase this variable. Let's just increase it at the end of the loop. I guess if everything works successfully, we have to increase this variable at the end right here. So variable name, page, and we're going to increase it by 1. So what is going to happen is that we're going to start with 3 on page 3, and then it's going to do all of this great stuff, and then it's going to come back here and it's going to increase it by 1. So then we're going to go here and we're going to go to page 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever that is, however many times we want our loop to run. All right, so let's save this, and that's pretty much everything that we have to do. Our process is ready to start mailing our LinkedIn connections. So ladies and gentlemen, let's see if this is going to work. What are we forgetting? We are forgetting the name of the person. Can we do something about that on the fly without spending too much time? So let's see what we have. Trim text. So we can split the text, create a list containing the substrings of a text that is separated by a specific delimiter. Let's give it one more try to this splitting text business. So we have to split the text of the email. All right, so right before here, we are going to get the and I also think it's like value 2, so the name is value 2 or value 1, not really sure. I think it's value 2. All right, text to split, so we have to get the current item right here, value 1, I think, value 2, I can't remember. Let's just go with value 2. I think it was value 2. Delimiter type standard, all right, space, all right, and it's just going to break it at the first delimiter. All right, all right, all right. Let's see what we get. So we are gonna split this text and we're gonna put it right there. So let's add a message, again a message. Let's do this really quickly because time is of the essence here. Let's display the message and let's display the text list. I guess we can access the text list and see what it is. So let's see just what we get. We're gonna put a breakpoint right here. Let's run this bad boy. Let's close a few of these. Before our computer just decides to stop working. All right, all right, all right. Did we add a breakpoint, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we did. So what is it doing? So it is, let's see this output data. Can we not see the output data? Alright, we can see the output data right now. So what is it doing is just taking this, why is it not splitting the text? So let me see this text. Ah, okay, I got it, ladies and gents. So let's see if we can make it work like this. So let's stop this, let's add this, and theoretically that should give us the first record in our text list, or record 0, which should be the first name, and like that the process should be complete. It should go until infinity. After that I will turn off my camera, leave the process on, and put some relaxing music and see when our process is going to break. So there we go. We finally have the name of the person. We have done everything that we set forward to do in this process. Now we can improve this still, but I think for right now, I think this is pretty good. So let's remove this breakpoint. Let's take this text list. Let's take this variable. Let's disable this action so that we don't see it anymore. And now let's make our message even better. So hi, and I know your name, my friend. And that's pretty much that. We are ready to clean up our process. All right, let's not save, and drum roll. I'm not expecting for this to break. I mean, we did build it together in the past hour and 20 minutes. So here LinkedIn has opened. So let's see also the Excel file that is being created on the side. Excel file right here, LinkedIn right here, and the automation page right here. So we have everything. And let's see the email message that is being, well, we could write the name as well. So let's see if there's any email messages that are being, here we go, ladies and gents. Here we go. And here we have this other guy or girl, I'm not sure, but our process is working. And I apologize to anybody that is going to be the victim of this experiment, but this is just to show you how easy it is to create a automation using Power Automate to do things that you would have usually done by hand or in a manual way. So there is absolutely no limits to what automation can do for you. So keep on learning it. Now I will disable my camera, find some relaxing music, and let this go until infinity, I guess. So let's make it a little bit nicer so that we can watch it. And also we're also debugging it right now as well, because we're trying to understand when is it going to break, and once it breaks we can get that information and fix it and make it better and make it even less breakable. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have enjoyed this training. I will be going to get some snacks, and in the meantime I will leave you in the company of this robot. But before, I will put some music as well. Actually, no music because of copyright issues. So let's just watch this and see when it's going to break. When is it going to break? And when it breaks, we can try fixing it. Remember as well that we've also now we've just changed the page. We went from page 3 to page 4. So now we are changing the page, and let's see if it's going to work or if it's going to break. No, it has worked again. So here we go again, same process as before. I guess we don't have the email of this guy. Let's add this right here, and let's also see how our emails are going. So here we go, 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 here we go. That's quite something, ladies and gentlemen. That's quite something. Still going strong, still going strong. And our process is also pretty strong because we did not add so many actions that can fail. We try to make our process as slim as possible and as fast as possible, and yeah, it is, therefore it's working. So just one more tip: if we wanted to change a country, for example, we would just go to the initial URL that we have and change the path with the geographical number for the other country that we want. Are we going to get this guy's email as well? Yes, we are. So here we go, we've sent 16 emails so far. Before doing this, it took me 20 to 30 minutes just to send 10 emails. And now we can have this do its thing for quite some time without breaking. Eventually we are going to hit a limit of we can send 2,000 emails from Gmail, and also we're gonna hit a limit of profiles that we can see. So right now we are seeing different LinkedIn profiles. Eventually LinkedIn is gonna tell us that we are seeing too many profiles. But before that happens, we're gonna send quite a lot of emails. And also our limit is going to get reset on the following day as well. So now we've also changed page, so that's why all of the pages went away. This is an interesting one. I could have spied this one. We're not going to get this email because it's again in a different position. But no matter, there is another profile. Well, this guy has wisely decided not to share their email on LinkedIn. What about this guy? Yes, this guy has not wisely decided to share their email on LinkedIn. So just as a reminder for everybody, don't leave your email in too many places, because robots just like this can take it and use it for different purposes. All right, we are gonna hit number 20 and we are gonna call it a stream. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are the best, truly the best. And make me your comments and requests in the videos, in the comments and on my videos, and I'll make sure that I share and create the content that you guys wanna see. Naveen Raj, thank you so much for your email and for being a sport. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and I wish you all a great day. Let's stop this automation and